Alright guys, I'll give you a shop update. Haven't had a video in quite a while. Been kind of busy. So here's the Cadillac Project. Been working on the front fender. Most of it's in epoxy. We still got to do the hood, the trunk lid, and that fender. Got kind of sidetracked. My mom got in an accident with her Cobalt and it took out the rear axle. So I ended up, went to the junkyard, got an axle, put an axle in it, wire wheeled it, painted it real quick, slapped it in there. So now it's drivable. I still got to pull the quarter out a little bit. I don't think I'm going to paint it. You can see the car's kind of rusty. It's 2008. It ain't really worth, fixing up all the way. So we got that. I've had a parts washer for probably 5 years, 6 years. The thing's always been broke. I finally fixed it, got that up and going. This is a rail off the mower deck for my Farmall B, and when I mow the lawn, it's been digging real bad, and it's because this corner is missing. It should have something up here. So we're gonna cut this flange off. It's getting pretty thin too on this end. It's just wearing right through. And you can see it's actually pretty thin in a couple spots. So I got a piece of 1/4 inch, 1/4x2 that I'll be welding on there, and then that should help out the mower deck. Been working on this hit and miss for Kenny Kizzle. I had some cracks. We got a TIG weld. We TIG welded them. Didn't cool down the right way, and a couple of them re-cracked, so we got to re-weld those. Let me kind of look around here. I had to rebuild the mower deck for my yard tractor. That's what this leftover mess is from. I bought a plenishing hammer, so hopefully we'll be using that here in the next couple weeks. I've got a couple bumpers from a Denali. A buddy of mine dropped off a Denali and wants me to paint it, so we got it stripped. This is kind of a last minute deal. I got to work on these fender gaps. Oh, come on now. There we go. So I got it about right here, but you look down and it gets kind of big. It's an 06 and they're pretty common to fit like junk, but the gap is huge back here, so you can fit your finger in it. Now the bolts, you can see the bolts in there. Those holes are already reamed out. I did not put the front clip on. I did not do the door. This thing originally got hit really hard right on this post, and he brought it to a shop. They straightened it out, and then a friend of his put a new firewall in it and then repainted the roof, and now I'm doing the rest of this. But so we got to work on getting this gap a little tighter. He opened the door into the fender, so you can kind of see how it tips in right there. You can see how the door gap's kind of big from that end, but then from over here it looks fine. So there's a crease. Actually, yeah, it kind of shines up. You can see the crease right here, so I got to work on that. Had a bunch of like rock chips, little door dings. So anywhere where I got it ground all the way down were just big scratches and rock chips. Somebody had done some body work back here, and it was starting to rust from underneath the body work. So I'm assuming that, they probably primed it and then it sat outside for a couple days, got rained on, and that soaked it up. So we got to fix that. We have on the rear gate, he's got like some peeling paint just from this thing sitting out, getting baked down in the sun its whole life. So this side, I just got done skimming all the rock, all the chips. I mean, these are just chips, this thing. And of course it's got to be black, because we wouldn't want it to be white where we could hide a lot of this stuff. So that's the Denali. We've been on the Cadillac here. we've been, see where my patches are, they should be in the trunk here. So we have to replace this inner structure. So I made, or am in the process of making this to go in there. So if you set it in, you can see that lines up pretty good. Pull it out. We got that line, and that. And this is at a 16 gauge. Man, this is such a pain in the butt to work with. But I still gotta drill. I gotta drill this hole. I think I'm gonna put my seam just underneath this hole. They create it in between these, and then it'll probably come back up here. And then I gotta put those holes in. And then I have, this is gonna be the front of the fender, or you know, this will be up under here like that. And that's where we're at with that thing. I'll be coming out with a video on this once I kind of get further along on it. And then, yeah, I don't know, stuff's been breaking around here left and right. Had to do the brakes on my wife's car, had to do the brakes on this Cobalt a little while back. Had to fix the yard tractor. I'll try and sub in a picture of the yard tractor. I don't know how to do it, so we'll try to figure it out. So, and then I have to go through and clean the garage because it is just a mess. It's an absolute disaster in here and I don't like it. So that's where we're at. We've been real busy working on stuff around here. That piece for the yard tractor, or for my tractor, is right here. So I got a Farmall B, and then it's gonna be, there's a piece right here, and it kind of floats, rides on the ground. So here's what the other side looks like. So this side rides pretty good, but the other side jigs. I don't know if it'll show up, but there's I don't know. Here's a spot where I was taking a turn and it just cut the grass right through. So hopefully putting that piece of that flat stock on there will fix it. And then I got our yard tractor. This is, I rebuilt the transmission in that. I'm working on my buddy's Bobcat. I have to just give it a tune-up, and it's kind of never-ending. Keep finding more and more things wrong with it, but we're fixing it. Here's the old axle from the Cobalt. So you can see it's got a nice big bend right here, and then this is completely swung in. So I sold my 36 Plymouth. We're going to be delivering that to Superior, Wisconsin. So later today I'm going to get that loaded up. Maybe I'll make a video of that too, so you guys can check that thing out. But that's it. We've just been kind of busy, too busy to be recording. So until next time, guys.